Hi guys and dolls, today I'm going to be doing a review and product demo for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Hypercolor Hair Powder. This is a really interesting product launch because I don't know of any other brow powders that come in these like crazy fun colors. Oh my god. So for those of you who aren't as familiar with Anastasia, they're a brand that makes primarily brow products. They make pencils, powders, yada yada yada. I think they make some eyeshadows and a few other things and like lip gloss, and anyway, that's kind of where they started out, was with brows. And so for this well-respected company that makes this like really great, I'd say like kind of classy product to come out with such a wild and fun brow powder is like beyond awesome to me. I can't even handle how cool these are, and the packaging is really cool too because it has this cool holographicness to that. Now they also are marketing these as a hair powder for putting like a temporary color in your hair. I don't like these as much for that. Maybe it's a little bit of my own personal preference for just spraying in hair color because I find it's just the easiest. Of course I just prefer to dye it permanently, but if you just want to color for the weekend, I personally still prefer doing like a spray into chalking or using hair powder or anything like that. Other people totally disagree with me and prefer these, so it's just kind of a personal preference. However, the point of view that I'm reviewing this with is as a brow powder. So I actually did gradient brows today, which I've pretty much never done. I did it one time before just to test this before I made the video, and I actually really kind of like it. It's kind of cool to have like funky colored eyebrows. I think it'd be kind of neat to do like the purple and pink and maybe the blue as a gradient to match my hair. So I don't know, I might do that when I go to IMATS in a couple weeks. So I went ahead and filmed a quick demo, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that footage for you now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take a little brow spoolie and comb them into place and all that jazz. The next thing I've done is I've taken a small angled brush and then I spray it with Fix Plus. You can just use water if you want. And then I'm going to take my brow powder and I make a little paste like this, and I just find it goes on better and I have less fallout and all that nice neat junk. And then I'm going to fill them as though I'm filling in my brows. Start at the top or the bottom, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go about this far over with the lime green. And you're going to completely color in your brows, since obviously this isn't the same color as my actual eyebrows. So what I like to do is I like to use a separate brush for each color, so I'm grabbing a different brush with, now this is called Teal Tornado. And then I'm going to start this one actually not quite next to the color because I don't want them to blend just yet. But I know that I want this one placed in the arch area, so I'm sort of carefully placing that on. And then I'll slowly start to bring it over and blend it in with the lime color. And then I'll bring back the brush that I used for the lime, and they sort of blend together and create this grass green color. It's kind of cool. And then for the tail, I'm using this little tiny precision brush from Sigma. Again, I'm going to spray that with a little bit of Fix Plus and take that in with the blue. This one's called Electric Blue. And then I'm just going to draw on my tail. Oop, having some technical difficulties. It's a little thick. If you need to, you can bring concealer in to clean up any messes that you make with this. Next, I'm going to take this spoolie brush and I'm actually going to stick it in my brow gel because I don't want to contaminate my brow gel with the green color. And then just run that through the brows. Like all the hairs lay down and everything. So as you can see, they go on really easy. Another thing I really like about them is that even though I just use these wet, like just use them. You can see they're already dry again. It's almost like they're made out of chalk or something. So yeah, they're pretty awesome, and they're really pigmented. Let me go ahead and show you. These are dry swatches with no primer. In fact, I kind of ended up going up my arm with this one. But yeah, no primer, nothing, and a couple of these are actually just one swipe in the pan. I had to build up this one and the purple one. So all in all, I really like these as a brow powder. I think it's such a cool thing that a brand that's known for having this very like classy, or I don't want to make it sound like classy can't be fun and colorful, but you know what I mean. This brand has more of a demure image, and then they come out with like, you know, acid green brow powder. I just think that's the coolest thing, like, since sliced bread. I also want to show you guys, these are really pigmented. I went ahead and swatched them on the back of my hand here. This is with no base, no primer. Actually, my skin is like really dry right now, which is kind of gross, but yeah, really pigmented. I'm just really excited about these. They're awesome. I think these are $12.50 and you get 2.1 grams of product. Yes. So the colors are Megawatt Green, Teal Tornado, rest of these I don't have the cap on, Ultraviolet, In the Pink, and Electric Blue. So go ahead and check these out. I'll have links in the description box down below to where you can purchase these. I think they're only at Ulta right now, so they're an Ulta exclusive, but I believe that in the near future they'll be selling them at other retailers. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be yourself. See you, bye.